Hey there guys, and welcome to my Gamescom 2013 review video, where I tell you all the things I did at Gamescom, and the things I saw and all that stuff. So as soon as I got in, I kinda wandered around looking for a cool game to play. Saw Dead Rising 3, figured, oh, I gotta play that first. So I get in line, and I wait for about 15 minutes, and I go and grab my bottle from my bag. To do so, I kneel down. It was kind of a weird setup, the room where the game was stored. You can kind of like see underneath the wall, and what I saw there was a bunch of people sitting on benches and just watching some guy talk about the game on a screen. And yeah, so you didn't get a chance to play Dead Rising 3 at all. So as soon as I saw that, I got the hell out of that line. Because why the hell would I wait in line to watch a video about a game instead of just playing the game myself? That's just freaking stupid. So yeah, that was a bummer. That was one of the games I looked forward to the most to playing. Oh well. The next game I played was Killer is Dead, the new game from the crazy bastard behind No More Heroes, Lollipop Chainsaw, and a couple other games that I can't remember right now. So I figured, well, if it's anything like No More Heroes and Lollipop Chainsaw, it might be right up my alley. So played it for a bit, and it was hack and slash fair. It reminded me of No More Heroes, the playstyle at least. So it's bound to be a pretty good game in that regard, but just the style of the game didn't really resonate with me. The main character, I think his name was Mondo, I found him nowhere near as interesting as Travis from No More Heroes, or hell, even Juliet from Lollipop Chainsaw. Because Travis was just a crude, humorous asshat who just had no idea what he was doing, but was killing people nonetheless. And Juliet was like happy and bubbly and pretty easy on the eyes, so that was manageable as well. But Mondo was just, I don't know, kind of dull. Not really a great protagonist in my opinion. Also, the game was kind of weird. The level I was playing was I was walking through some sort of mansion, and he kept hopping in paintings like it was Super Mario 64. And those would send him to a different room of the mansion or something. It was just weird. Just really, really weird. But I believe this game is due to be released any day now, so if you feel like picking up a copy, go right ahead. The next game I played was LEGO Marvel Superheroes. Now, the LEGO games, while not likely to win any Game of the Year awards, are always just good fun. I have a lot of them, like Star Wars and Pirates of the Caribbean and Harry Potter and Batman and all sorts of them. And I'm really looking forward to this one because I like the Marvel characters, and it's shaping up to be the biggest and best LEGO game yet. Demo was really good, and it was only a demo, and you could already pick from like 50 characters or something. Even characters I'd never even heard of. Who here has ever heard of Howard the Duck? Apparently he's a duck wearing a suit who has a big ass bazooka with which he blows everything up. That was freaking hysterical. So yeah, LEGO Marvel Superheroes, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely gonna buy it. Probably gonna end up LPing it because, hey, it's a good fun game. So be sure to check this out on my channel, probably by the end of this year. Next I went to the Nintendo area, where the first game I played was Super Mario 3D World. Was kinda curious about it, played it a little bit with, I got paired up with two other guys who I didn't even know, and they honestly weren't that good at the game. Then again, it was my first time playing as well, but I'm just such a pro at 3D Mario games that I caught on pretty much immediately. So, got to play a couple levels. It's fun, but it's kind of disappointing when you consider that Mario Galaxy is already a thing. It doesn't really compare to Mario Galaxy in my opinion. What was also really annoying, you kind of have to stick together as the players. You can't just like wander all around the area. As soon as a player leaves the screen, or people get too far apart from each other, they just get sent back to whatever player is still on the screen or something. So not really a whole lot of free range involved there. I did like the catsuit power-up though, that was pretty nifty. You can pretty much climb up walls and claw people. Pretty fun. So, while it's probably not going to be as good and as innovative as Mario Galaxy was, it's still going to be a Mario game, and those are pretty much always a guarantee of quality. Right next to Mario 3D World was Mario Kart 8, and also Pikmin 3, which they had there for some reason, even though that game's already released, so why would people still want to play a demo? There weren't that many people waiting in line for Pikmin anyway. So Mario Kart 8. This is going to be a good one. Really, they just took pretty much all the good things from all the previous Mario Karts and put them together. They brought back the bikes for Mario Kart Wii. The controls were really tight, just perfect. I mean, Mario Kart Double Dash's controls were just totally out of whack. Mario Kart Wii felt a little iffy at times. Mario Kart DS and 3DS pretty much nailed it in my opinion, and this game controlled just like Mario Kart 7. It also incorporated a couple of mechanics from that game, like the coin mechanic, where you go faster if you pick up coins, and if you get hit, you drop a couple, so you slow down until you pick up new ones. And also the hang glider parts and the underwater parts. It's all pretty nifty. After that, the new zero gravity stuff with driving on walls and upside down and all that stuff, it's gonna be one hell of a game. What I'm hoping for now is that you can play it with 5 people, just like you can do with that Sonic racing game that's already out for Wii U right now. Because my group of friends pretty much consists of 5 people, so we can't really play Mario Kart on Wii without leaving anyone out. If Mario Kart 8 has 5-player support, that would no longer be a problem, so I'm really hoping they're gonna take a page out of Sonic's book and just do that. The next game I played was Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for Wii U. Admittedly, I didn't really have high hopes for this game because I thought it was just gonna be more of the same. But it basically was, more or less. I mean, hell, we didn't even get to play it with the gamepad. They just gave me a Wiimote and nunchuk and said, here you go crazy. So yeah, there's that. It didn't really feel all that new to me, but the graphics were definitely a lot better than I thought they'd be. Donkey Kong's fur and Diddy Kong's fur looks great. You can't really see it all that well here because it's quite a crappy picture, but trust me, the graphics for the game are amazing. Also, there was this girl working there at the booth, showed me to the game and watched me play it. I swear, she was totally impressed by my Donkey Kong skills. She was like explaining everything, the controls, and I'm like, I'm good, don't worry about it. And I just fought they had a couple of levels you could pick from, a minecart level, in which I did not die. And if you saw my Donkey Kong Country Returns LP, you know that I have a lot of problems with the minecart levels. And there was also a boss fight mission, which I also completed without taking a single hit. So, yeah, she was totally wowed by my Donkey Kong skills. So, see, games are great for picking up chicks after all. Next, I staggered over to Sony's area, wanting to play Infamous Second Son, only to find out that Infamous Second Son was not playable. Okay, I figured I'll go for Killzone. Oh, Killzone was not playable. Then I saw this, Wonder Book Walking with Dinosaurs. Now, if this game was around when I was a kid, I would have played the shit out of this. So I sat down, again with this fancy girl working there, explaining me the motions with the PS Move. And okay, it wasn't the first time I had a PS Move in my hands ever, because I don't own one, and I don't know anyone that does, quite frankly. But yeah, Walking with Dinosaurs, it's a pretty old documentary, like CGI about dinosaurs. It was like in 2000 or 2001. It's over a decade old at least. And I remember loving that when I was a kid, so I just had to play this game at the moment I laid my eyes on it. And it was... I get that it's probably meant to be for kids, but it was really no challenge whatsoever. You just had, like, one of the missions was a couple dinos fighting, and you just had to do basic motion controls, like shake the thing left to right or move it up and down. It's like, I've been doing this stuff on the Wii for like 7 years. So, not really great, but kids are probably gonna love the shit out of this. Next, I wandered back into the Xbox One area somehow, and I laid my eyes on this. Now, I spend more hours than I care to admit on the PC Zoo Tycoon games, so I figured I'd had to give this a try. And... well, let's just say that there's a reason games like this work a lot better on a PC. Because I found it to be very awkward to control with a controller. Just a mouse and keypad work a lot better for a game like this in my opinion. But the graphics were pretty damn good, and there was even a lot of fun to be had with, you could walk around as a zookeeper, and then you could, like, call this, kind of like a go-kart, or no, it was more like a golf cart. And you could drive around the zoo and just go Grand Theft Auto on the people. Now, of course, you couldn't run them over, they were just kind of pushed aside. But you could drive over ramps and statues and all other crazy stuff. So I had a lot of fun playing Grand Theft Auto Zoo Tycoon Edition for about a couple minutes before I left, because it was getting kind of tedious after a while. But yeah, if they're gonna bring this out on PC as well, then it warrants a purchase in my opinion. But on the Xbox One, I wouldn't say it does. Next, I ended up at the Ubisoft area, where I stumbled upon Rayman Legends. There was like no line whatsoever, so I just walked in and started playing the game. Got paired up with 4 other people. One of those guys had the Wii U gamepad, and he was supposed to like turn off all the hazards so that the other players could pass safely, and he had no clue what he was doing. So that was kinda hampering the experience, but I must say, it's a pretty sweet 2D platformer. If you have 4 friends to play this with on the Wii U, then you're gonna have a blast. It's kinda like New Super Mario Bros. U, but a little different. But then again, we should have been able to play this on the Wii U like 6 months ago before it was delayed to be turned into a multi-platform game, so yeah, there's that. Still demoing a game that we should have been able to play over half a year ago. Freaking Ubisoft. Next, I went and played Assassin's Creed 4. I didn't really want to because I'm kinda impartial to the Assassin's Creed series. But I had heard that Jessica Neri was supposed to be wandering around there. So I figured, I'll give the game a go, see if it's any good. She's probably like inside there. Cause hell, I'm not gonna pass up a chance to meet her in person. So the line for that was actually a hell of a lot shorter than I would have thought it to be. When I went to Gamescom last year, there was a line for Assassin's Creed 3 and you'd have to wait in line for like 4 hours. I only had to wait in line for this for 45 minutes, so not bad. Also, it was the first chance I got to play with a PS4 controller. And I must say, even though it's kind of shaped a little different from a PS3 controller, it still feels pretty comfortable and works pretty well. I didn't use the touchpad in the middle because I had no clue what it was for in Assassin's Creed 4, but it's probably gonna be implemented in a couple nifty ways. As for the gameplay, you were pretty much put on a ship, supposed to assault some fort or something, but the booth I was put at had the control sheet missing, so I had no clue what I was supposed to be doing. I didn't know you could aim the cannons or all sorts of other things. I didn't really know how to control the ship that well. It was quite complicated for a first-time player. Now, this probably is going to be alleviated a little if you just play it more, but it takes some getting used to. But then again, I can't say I didn't enjoy it. The naval battles were pretty damn awesome. So I'm probably going to pick this up as well. I own the entire Assassin's Creed series, I just can't get through 1 because 1 is so goddamn awful. Anyway, I also wanted to try out Watch Dogs, but for some reason the line for that was closed like real damn early. So no Watch Dogs for me. Little bummer. Also no Jessica Negri to be found, which is also a pretty big bummer. Or 2 pretty big bummers if you catch my drift. Which I'm sure you do by now because you know my style. Next I wandered into the EA area where I laid eyes on this beauty. Holy shit, it was like something straight out of Pacific Rim. Except it's not nearly big enough to be in Pacific Rim. This was from Titanfall, which I must say I was pretty impressed by at E3 when I saw the trailers and all that stuff. But I was pretty bummed out when I heard that it's going to be a multiplayer only game, because I generally prefer single player. But still, figured it warrant a playthrough of the demo, so I stood in line for about 40 minutes, quite long, compared to most lines I'd been in today at least, and walk into a room, sit down on a couple benches and watch a goddamn video. Yes, seriously, I thought. But then we were ushered into another room with 48 PCs and, hell yes, big-ass multiplayer shootout. And even though I am not good at FPS games whatsoever, I was actually on the winning team. And I think it was in the top 3 players as well, even though the teams were only 6 people. So yeah, I'm better than half of the people that played Titanfall, at least. And it was awesome. If this game had a single player, I would totally buy it and totally play the shit out of it and put videos up on the channel. But because it's a multiplayer only game, I'm just gonna pass. Also because it's gonna be exclusive to the Xbox consoles, and yes, I have a 360. But I'm pretty sure the Xbox One version is gonna be the one to have. So yeah, bummer. But anyone who likes to play online multiplayer games like Call of Duty or Battlefield definitely needs to check this shit out. This is gonna be a great ass game. One of the best games this year, probably. And then there's the last game I played, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. Hack and slash game. It's one of my favorite genres, so I figured I had to try this out. But by the time I got there, it was like, I don't know, 6:30 PM, the line was already closed. But I managed to sneak in, just climb straight over the barrier, and nobody noticed, so score. Got to play the game. It was good. I definitely had to get used to the controls a little, but it definitely felt a lot like God of War, had a lot of weapon switching, so there's that. It was pretty good, and now I really feel like I need to go ahead and play the first one. Which I have, but haven't played yet. Like 50 other games. But yeah, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, probably gonna be pretty good. The best part about Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 was the way you played it. You had to lay down in this coffin and then look at a screen above your head while playing. It was awesome. Also really comfortable after standing in line all day. I really needed to lay down for a bit. Also in the picture is my infamous 2 bag from the Hero Edition, and a plastic bag which contains the Pacific Rim Crimson Typhoon action figure that I bought at one of the shops there. I wanted Cherno Alpha, but they didn't have a Cherno Alpha figure because no such thing exists for some reason. Such injustice. But yeah, comfortable coffin. Check out Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 if you want to take a nap during Gamescom. Could have used a little pillow to support your head because that wasn't really that comfortable. But still, also really interesting, like lots of people were walking past this and going, oh, what the hell? So yeah, that was pretty damn sweet. And that concludes my Gamescom 2013 experience. I played probably most of the stuff they had there. Well, maybe not, but at least a lot of stuff that I'm interested in. Stuff I didn't play included Call of Duty Ghosts, Battlefield 4, Destiny, Diablo 3, Saints Row 4, because I'm gonna pick up my Saints Row 4 copy tomorrow, so I didn't really feel the need to play a demo for it today. Batman Arkham Origins was another big one I skipped, because I don't really care much for the Batman games. Also, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD I skipped, because I can probably just play regular Wind Waker. I don't think I skipped a whole lot of other things. Obviously, Watch Dogs is mentioned before, but I didn't want to skip that. I was pretty much forced to skip it. What else? Can't really remember. Whatever. I'm already looking forward to next year. Hope I'm gonna be able to get a Wednesday ticket next year again, because the Wednesday was really not all that busy. I mean, last year I had to wait in line for Metal Gear Rising for 2.5 hours. The longest I had to wait in line today was 45 minutes. So that's not bad at all. And that was for Assassin's Creed 4, which is one of the most high-profile games at the entire event. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching this nice picture video. I will see you guys soon with more Let's Play videos. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.